Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
At the Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is cool in your little slice of South Louisiana heaven as we work our way through yet another scorcher of a day here in South Louisiana. We start today's show with Louisiana news and the latest developments in the horrific murder of 80-year-old Augustine Greenwood. You are probably familiar with the story as Morris Jeffs High School's graduation was marred by a fatal shooting outside the graduation ceremony. All four people believed to have been involved in that incident are now in custody. According to police, Brandon Rock was arrested shortly thereafter, an 18-year-old. An unidentified 15-year-old has also been arrested. 49-year-old Frank Bartholomew and 40-year-old Laverne Duplessis both turned themselves in yesterday, Wednesday, June 15th. Bartholomew was booked on a charge of obstruction of justice and a homicide. Duplessis, meanwhile, is facing charges of manslaughter, obstruction, and carrying a firearm on a gun-free campus. Both, by the way, are punishable by up to 40 years in prison. The 15-year-old juvenile suspect was arrested and booked into the Juvenile Justice Intervention Center on a charge of possession of a firearm on a gun-free campus. It is yet to be revealed of the 6 firearms that were confiscated outside the graduation if any of those individuals will face charges of carrying a firearm in a gun-free zone. I know that it is at this point probably only minimal consolation for the family of Augustine Greenwood. At the end of the day, with justice being served, if it goes 100% the way it should, it still won't bring this 80-year-old grandmother back. It is something that I hope with every fiber of my being will lead us to a place in society where we make a concerted effort to make sure that nothing even remotely resembling this ever happens again. Now, that being said, I am, if nothing else, a realist. And I understand full well that the direction we are heading in as a society, and the fact that, for whatever reason, we as a community refuse to come to grips with this, conventional wisdom, and as my dear friend and floor producer extraordinaire, Marty, is fond of telling me, you and that common sense get you in trouble every time. But then again, you can't blame an old guy for wishful thinking. Hopefully, y'all, this will be the last time that we ever have to entertain something of this magnitude. Speaking of problems with young people and crime, it is as obvious as the day is long that we have a major problem in our state with securing incarcerated juveniles. Have you heard the latest? The Caddo Parish DA says they are currently searching for a Louisiana teenager, 17 years old, who escaped Monday while being transported from the Acadiana Center for Youth in Avoyelles Parish to a hospital for treatment to injuries on his hand. Quote, "This is his third escape from the Office of Juvenile Justice Custody and his second escape through a hospital." Wilbert Pryor is the special assistant to DA James Stewart Jr., saying, quote, "His last escape was from Brentwood Hospital on October 31st of 2021. He was discovered November 9th, 2021, in a stolen car near Canton, Texas." So let me get this straight. You're talking roughly 8 months after his second escape. The first one going to get medical treatment, and measures were not put in place to be sure that it didn't happen again. Now, one of two things is happening here. Either the individuals hired to guard these young people are not up to caliber, not up to snuff, if you will, or they need to hire this 17-year-old as a security consultant. But it gets worse, y'all. It gets much worse. This 17-year-old, identified as Anthony Mandigo Jr., was serving time for multiple felonies, including armed robbery, aggravated flight from an officer, illegal carrying of a weapon, escape, burglary of an inhabited dwelling, and illegal possession of stolen things. He was scheduled to be released from juvenile life January 4th, 2026. He is serving this juvenile life sentence for a November 9th, 2018 robbery of a gas station and its clerk carrying, wait for it, an AK-47. He was also implicated and pled guilty to conspiracy to commit armed robbery in the murder of a pizza delivery man, Lester McGee. Oh, and did I mention the armed robbery of the gas station and the clerk, where he was carrying an AK-47? And after pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit armed robbery that resulted in the death of a pizza delivery man, he was 13 years old at the time of these crimes. Now, y'all can make me the bad guy if you want. I don't care. Because the fact of the matter is, we need bigger and better jails. Pure and simple. When a 13-year-old is committing armed robberies with an AK-47, escapes from custody not once, not twice, but 3 times, something's rotten in Denmark, y'all. Pure and simple. And the fact of the matter is, the tax-paying public deserves better. You know what's so ironic here? You will hear from people on the left how the justice system in America is so racist. Yada, yada, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You want to take a guess what community this 13-year-old victimized? You want to take a guess when he escaped the first 2 times and probably this time, what community is going to be victimized? And you want to take a guess what color this person happens to be? At the end of the day, y'all, there are a lot of things in life that are totally beyond our control. This is not supposed to be one of them. Just saying. First break of today's show. We'll get this out of the way. When we come back, bad news for thousands of Louisiana homeowners, and it could not have come at a worse time. We'll talk about that when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent.
Depend on us for service, for selection, for price.
Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The Mazda CX-50. Confident on- and off-road performance and intelligently designed utility inside and out.
The all-new Mazda CX-50 has arrived and is on sale right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. It is sadly a routine that if you live in South Louisiana for any appreciable amount of time, you become accustomed to. We all know this time of year, it's the beginning of the fifth season. Just about any place else on the planet, there's spring, summer, winter, fall. But here in South Louisiana, there's spring, summer, winter, fall, and of course, hurricane season. It is particularly on a day like today, or the last couple of days, where heat and humidity are just running rampant. It's tough to entertain something like a hurricane. I mean, you know, just trying to stay cool, trying to stay comfortable, trying to check on elderly neighbors and relatives and the like, it pretty much takes up all of your time and attention. But the fact of the matter is, because of where we live and because of the time of year that it is, at any given moment, we may start watching the tropics and something developing and what the forecast treks are showing and making the necessary preparations. So the absolute last thing that many of us need right now is having to look for a new home insurance policy. Well, unfortunately, that is what thousands of our fellow Louisianians are now having to do. Lighthouse Excalibur has informed policyholders that their home insurance is going to be canceled as of June 22nd. It is, according to the Louisiana Department of Insurance, well, I'll just read you the statement from them. Quote, Lighthouse Excalibur is a failed insurer that was placed into receivership in April of this year. The company had approximately 29,000 policyholders when it was placed in receivership. Policyholders were notified by the receiver, the person operating the company while it's in receivership, that their policy with Lighthouse would be canceled effective June 22nd. Policyholders who have not found a new insurance policy yet need to contact an insurance agent now for help finding a policy before their coverage is canceled. For help finding an agent, visit LDI, as in Louisiana Department of Insurance, .la.gov. Click on the Consumer tab at the top of the page and then select Find Agent/Adjusters. Again, LDI, as in Louisiana Department of Insurance, .la.gov. Look for the Consumer tab, top of the page, and then select Find Agent or Adjusters. As you well know, in recent memory, we've had an inordinate amount of storms and resulting claims as a result of those storms and natural disasters. And now, some companies are pulling out of our state due to the inordinate amount of litigation and claims. It is, I hate to be the bearer of bad news on occasion, but the only thing worse than delivering bad news is having bad news that you know will affect people and you don't tell people. With all we have to worry about regarding storms, hurricanes, and the like, finding out after we're already in hurricane season that your home insurance policy is being canceled is adding insult to injury. Hopefully, word to the wise is more than sufficient. By the way, there are individuals that are offering to help those of you, the 29,000 of you affected by this. They will use their resource and expertise to help you find a replacement policy. Let me see, I had this young lady's name and phone information here. Bear with me, live radio, y'all. Andrea Allen is an independent insurance agent in Baton Rouge and says she is more than willing to use her resources to help those that are affected. Her number, area code 225-300-4500. Real easy to remember. 225-300-4500. 300-4500. Area code 225. By the way, the Louisiana Department of Insurance has scheduled a press conference for this afternoon, Thursday, to shed more light on this and hopefully offer more resources for those individuals affected by these closings. I don't have any crystal ball in front of me, but my gut tells me this is not the last we've seen of this sort of incident happening. In recent memory, because of the severity of the storms that we've gone through, any insurance company that is in any way, shape, or form less than completely sound, trying to absorb all these claims and all these losses, it's not an easy thing to do. You think back to the magnitude of the storms we had over the last couple of years, the amount of damage that was done, and very quickly those numbers start to add up. So again, be on the lookout for your insurance company, and it's never too early to be prepared for something like this. It may not be a bad idea to talk to neighbors, co-workers, friends, find out who's your insurance with for your home, and in the event that you walk to the mailbox one day and you get a letter and you say, oh, this is from my insurance agency. I wonder what they're talking about. You open that puppy up, and there's a disturbing news that we're pulling out of Louisiana, and as a result, we are canceling your coverage as of X date. At least if you've been talking with friends, coworkers, neighbors, you'll already have a working idea of what other companies are out there, what companies get a satisfactory rating from people you know and who are their actual customers. Many times when you find yourself in that situation, it's easy to say, but hard to do. Panic sets in. Oh my God, we're in the middle of hurricane season. My coverage is going to be canceled in just a matter of days, and you run out and get anything that you can. Be prepared, guys, girls. Word to the wise is supposed to be sufficient. And by the way, since we are in the midst of hurricane season, I know you've taken your buddy Clarence's advice. If not, now'd be a great time to start. Every week when you go to the grocery store, and listen, I get it. I buy groceries too. I know what inflation is doing to our buying power. We all know this. We see it every freaking day. But when possible, pick up a couple of extra non-perishable items and stock them away. And that way, after 2, 3, 4 trips to the grocery store, before we head into the heart of hurricane season, that's one less thing that you'll have to worry about. And let's be honest here, with the supply chain crisis being what it is, the last thing you want to do is wait until the last minute to try and get hurricane supplies, because everybody is going to try to grab the same thing you're trying to grab, and a whole lot of places won't even have it to begin with. Again, my friends, word to the wise is supposed to be sufficient. We are coming up on our bottom of the hour break. When we come back, I want to talk about a disturbing trend. And it's a trend that, aside from being disturbing, is very revealing about our government. I'll suffice it to say this. You freaking hypocrite, you. We'll talk about that after this bottom of the hour break, and we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, right where you got it, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
At the Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich, voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Fruget Jr., and I am a general dentist at Fruget Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders. Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back for today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, there is something to be said about repetition and patterns. In your daily life, be it at work, with your neighbors, loved ones, friends, whomever, you, as a fairly astute individual, typically pick up on patterns. For example, your next door neighbor always, "Hey man, it's me, next door. Hey man, how you doing? I'm doing all right. What's going on? Can I borrow your hedge clippers? The old lady's on my back about fixing up the shrub." "Yeah, man, go ahead. All right, I'll have them back to you today." And of course, he doesn't bring your hedge clippers back until next week. So next week, when he brings the hedge clippers back, "Got your clippers, bruh? Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it. You think while I'm here I could borrow your lawnmower?" "All right, yes, it's in the garage too. Put the clippers on the wall and got some gas?" "Yeah, it's got gas in it." "All right, I'll have it back to you today." Next week rolls around. You're ready to cut your own freaking grass. You have to go next door to your neighbor. "Hey, bro, it's me. I need my lawnmower." At some point, when happens again, "Hey, neighbor, it's me." You automatically know, one, it's coming to borrow something. Two, you're not going to bring it back when you said you were going to bring it back. How do I know this? It's what I term the BPE factor. That stands for based on past experience. I pretty much know your MO. I know how you operate. So after a while, typically one of two things, well, maybe one of three things will happen. One, you don't answer the door. I know what you want. I ain't having it. Two, you lie. "Oh, lawnmower broke this week, bro. Rope broke. Can't start it. I got to take it to the shop." Or three, you tell them take a hike. Now, most of y'all, trying to be a good neighbor, don't want to resort to that. You just take that hit. Well, it's my neighbor. I'll help him out. I know I'm going to have to go ask for my own stuff back, even though I helped him, but that's part of being a good neighbor. But at some point, a lot of folks get tired of being lied to and taken advantage of. That's where we find ourselves now with the Biden-Harris administration. This week, the merry-go-round of finger-pointing over gas prices continued. You'll remember, initially, Joe Biden said the problem was with gas stations, bunch of greedy people. Then he changed it to the oil refineries. Then they changed it to Vladimir Putin invading Ukraine. Well, this week, they circled back to the oil refineries, blaming the oil refineries for the skyrocketing gas prices. Newly appointed White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, the worst freaking person to ever occupy that position. Clarence, how can you say that? If you can't answer a question without flipping through the binder, because you obviously are not familiar with the issues, and then having to sit there and read every single word as I'm attempting to answer the question, that's why I can't look at you. You're the worst. But I digress. This week, representing the White House, they call on U.S. refineries to drill for more oil, saying it's the patriotic thing to do. Americans are hurting. We need to bring the prices down. You need to step up and do your patriotic duty and drill for more oil. Okay. So that's how that works. Think back, if you will, to March 15th, during the presidential debates. Donald Trump on stage, Joe Biden on stage. Matter of fact, you can go back before that. Go back to just the Democrats having their debate. CNN's Jake Tapper asked Joe Biden, what were you going to do to combat climate change? His answer, quote, number one, no more subsidies for the fossil fuel industry. No more drilling on federal lands. No more drilling, including offshore. No ability for the oil industry to continue to drill. Period. It ends. So let me get this straight. You now want oil companies to do their patriotic duty, quote unquote, and drill more. Right after you said, now we're not going to talk about what you did, canceling Keystone, shutting down drilling on federal lands. We're not going to talk about these things. Just what you said. No more drilling, period. And now you're going to accuse them of being unpatriotic. When I started this segment, I mentioned seeing a pattern. You know what this is just like? The COVID vaccine, the COVID shot, because it's not a vaccine. Ask Anthony Fauci, who just got it for the second time after 4 shots. Remember, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said in no uncertain terms, Kamala Harris, and I quote, if Donald J. Trump had anything to do with the vaccine, I wouldn't trust it and I wouldn't take it. End of quote. Remember that? And being the good, loyal Democrat that you are, you took their advice. You don't trust it, and you didn't take it. And what did they do? Because you took their advice. They called you every low-down, dirty name in the book. Science denier, selfish SOB that doesn't care about the well-being of your fellow Americans. Remember that? Not only did they call you every ugly name in the book, then they tried to take away your livelihood, your freedoms, and your liberties only because you were stupid enough to follow what they told you to do. Joe Biden told you what he was going to do. No more drilling. Period. It ends. His words, not mine. But now, well, you got to be patriotic. You got to do your patriotic duty and drill more. Now, based on what he said, does that now mean that Joe Biden is the most unpatriotic person in America? I mean, according to him, do your patriotic duty, drill more, and help bring down the price. But he is the one that said no more drilling. Not on federal lands, not offshore, no more drilling, period. It ends. And if that weren't bad enough, now he's about to get his old decrepit behind on Air Force One, on the taxpayer's dime, and fly all the way to Saudi Arabia to beg them to pump more oil. You see how you got played, sucker? You got played for a fool. All 81 million of y'all, you got played like a fool. And in the meantime, gas prices still going up. You know what Donald J. Trump's saying right about now? Bet you miss me now, don't you? Orange hair, mean tweets and all. Yeah, you miss me now. You're going to have to eat this one, America. Final break of today's show. When we come back, there's an old saying, experience is the best teacher. Also known as, when somebody's been there and done that, you might want to listen. That's next, when we come back and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, Having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. I know full well it's not Tuesday. Not only is it not Tuesday, it's not the second segment of the show on Tuesday. So it's not time for Not That's Just Stupid. But this ties directly into a follow-up topic. So bear with me, if you will. It's as though, well, not as though, it is. The more knowledge we gain as a species, the more stupid we become. Latest example, Miss Universe. This week, tweeting on Twitter that, quote, not all people who menstruate are women. And this is coming from a woman, y'all. Miss Universe, of all people, okay? She shared the inclusive language, some guidelines for y'all to follow. I say y'all because ain't no way in hell Clarence or Marty is following them, but I digress. She instructed the public to say, people have periods, not women. Quote, inclusive language is important, especially when speaking about periods. Thinking menstrual health is only a niche topic for women excludes transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming people who have periods. And she, of course, added the hashtag menstrual equity. Now, tie-in topic. There's an old adage that says experience is the best teacher. If you want to know about something in particular, best advice is to ask someone who knows something about it. When I was teaching radio and television broadcasting, worked my way up the ladder to the director of the school. And I made it a rule. You have to have worked in a radio or a TV station if you are going to teach young people about radio and television. Duh. If you've never worked at a radio station, how can you teach me about a radio station? The fact of the matter is, there's only so much that a book can tell you. Until you actually get in the radio station and start doing radio work, you're just a talking head. So I made it a rule. You got to go out and get a job in a radio or TV station if you're going to teach young people about working in a radio or TV station. Point is, you want somebody who's been there and done that. Enter Naomi Park. I hope I'm not butchering her name too bad. Yeonmi Park, Yeonmi Park, defected from North Korea. You know what it's like in North Korea. You think Brittany Griner got it bad in Russia? Go to North Korea. She defected, worked her way to America, and now says she is, quote, terrified of the massive indoctrination coming from the left in public schools. She lays out how having a child in public school, because she's a single mom, she can't afford to work and put her child in private school, so she put her child in public school. And the stuff that they are teaching now is pure indoctrination. Quote, this is exactly the dictator's handbook. I mean, it's Adolf Hitler's youth, Mao's youth, as in Mao Zedong. It's Kim Il-sung's youth. They always go for young children because they've not yet lived life enough to know to have critical thinking skills. Their brains are very plastic, very malleable, and easy to observe information and believe it. They're innocent. She adds, big killers who want to seize power from the people always mobilize the youth. And that is the truth that worries me, that as a parent, I cannot protect my child right now in America. If you've ever wondered why this concerted effort geared towards our children, well, now you know. If you can get them young enough, if you can fill their heads with enough nonsense, well, yeah, you've got male genitalia, but you can be a girl. Or as Miss Universe would tell you, have you believe, well, people who menstruate are not necessarily women. If you can get that going, Everything else is a piece of cake. Get them while they're young. And the state then can tell them what is truth and what is fiction. The state then can tell them what to believe and what not to believe. The state then becomes what's better for them as opposed to their parents and their community. Make no mistake about this, my fellow Americans. These people know exactly what they're doing. They have been working on this for a while. These folks have managed to infiltrate every important segment of our society in an effort to destroy it from the inside. The media, education, government. Just think, where's all this crap coming from? Where's it all coming from? The media, education, politicians. I fear for the soul of my country. But I still believe that come November, we're going to send a message, y'all. In no uncertain terms, America is going to send these clowns a message. But now, don't for 1 second think that that message is going to deter them. See, they don't have anything but time. Time is all they have. And their hatred for this country, their hatred for what's right, knows no bounds. So they will gladly take little incremental steps, sit back and wait for us to go back to sleep. And once again, their dastardly little deeds will start all over again. Rest assured, my friends, if I have anything to say about it, you'll be the first to know. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But once again, this day, maybe more so than any other in history, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you, and you know I do too. You also know there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless.